This is why it doesn't pay to get overexcited when you're a Tottenham fan. The term Spursy, which we all hate, absolutely despise, because it feels like we are being ridiculed, is one of those things you just cannot get away from, especially when you end up with a result like we ended up with today. So I was up at 6:30 this morning, had a nice journey up to White Hart Lane with my mate Ian and George. Great day, had a couple of pints, spent some time in LTs, Gilpin, had a really nice day until the 90 minutes of football. And I have to say, that is probably the worst football we've played for a few weeks now, because it was almost like they didn't care, which is the bigger concern. I don't mind losing football matches when your team show up and put in a performance. But when they don't put in any kind of performance and it's like they just really couldn't be bothered and didn't really want to be there, that's what bothers me, especially when you consider it's now 7:30 at night and I've just walked through the door. So been on the road since 7:30 this morning, 12-hour day, just to go and watch 90 minutes of football. But yeah, it's not just about the 90 minutes. Not for me anyway. You know, I enjoy the day. I enjoy meeting my friends. I enjoy meeting up with the South Dorset Spurs guys and so on. But the 90 minutes of football is the purpose. That's what unites us all together. That's what makes us feel like we're part of something. And over the last sort of few weeks, we've really seen this promise. You know, we've even not playing well against Villa in the first half, and to come away from that game, you know, absolutely smashing them, builds momentum, and you start to believe, you start thinking, oh, you know, we're doing all right. We're in the driving seat now. Top four's still there to be won. We're looking pretty good. We you know, we're getting there. Building that consistency. The one thing that Tottenham have always lacked has been consistency in performance. And then we end up with a result like this. So I don't think any player really can hold their head up and say that they had a really good game. Romero, you know, up to a point, you know, played well, kept everything fairly solid. But everybody else just didn't seem to be in the game. There was an awful lot of backline passing, you know, keeping control of the game and all the rest of it. And I think Brighton played a good game. You can't take it away from them, right? Because they kept it compact, they kept it solid. Son wasn't in the game, Kulusevski wasn't in the game, Kane wasn't in the game, you know, and essentially we couldn't get anywhere. You know, they made it really difficult for us to break it down, which comes back to the point about having someone, a little magician in there who can, you know, turn on that bit of magic that's going to make the difference. And when you see Bentancur go off and Winks come on, I'm like, you know, what are we playing for now? You know, I felt that was the wrong call. Now, Bentancur may well be, you know, have a knock or whatever, I don't know. But from my perspective, I'm looking at it thinking, why would you do that? You know, Winks is not a player who's going to unlock anything. So you kind of get in there. And I know we haven't got anybody else who can really bring that. So, you know, and again, I thought it was too late for Bergwijn. I thought Son wasn't getting in the game. We needed to change that a little bit earlier, you know, and bring him in, bring Bergwijn in. I don't know. You know, for me, it was just really predictable. You know, Brighton knew what they were doing, and essentially they were looking for a smash and grab, and they got a smash and grab. You know, they won the game. I didn't think they did enough to win it or to deserve to win it, but they did. And you know, quite happily, the fans are out singing that North London is theirs. You know, after beating both Arsenal and Tottenham. So, you know, and you can't really argue it, unfortunately. It's one of them. But really, really disappointing. I cannot understand that when there's so much to be had, to put that little bit of daylight between you and the rest, to not take that opportunity or to not feel like you wanted to take that opportunity, for me, is the most gutting aspect of it, because, all right, they wouldn't know at the time, but following our game, we've seen Southampton jump back from a 6-0 drubbing against Chelsea to win their game against Arsenal 1-0. So that puts them right, had we won that game, we'd have been right in the driver's seat even more. We'd have put 3 points between us, and another 3 points between us, and starting to build that momentum. Now with Man United scraping their win, West Ham still to play, it makes it all tight again. Now, if you're a neutral supporter and you're not interested in any of these teams, and you're interested in, who's going to get to top four, that's great. That's great, because, it could still go anywhere. But as a Tottenham fan, it's just so frustrating to see us drop back like that. It's just really, really poor. There is so much work to do, and like we've been saying for a long time, top four was almost like a dream. I've said that right from the start, I didn't think that we would do it. I thought, fifth or sixth might be about our level. If we could get there, I'd be quite happy. Getting top four, the fact that it's still on the cards is, brilliant, amazing, but at the same time, it wasn't what I was expecting given the start we had. So I really try to take it just the one game at a time. And some of you guys who subscribe and comment, and I do read every comment, and I try to respond to comments. But a lot of guys were saying, just take it one game at a time. We know what it's like, and we've been sporting for a long time, and all the rest of it. This is like, 45 years of watching Spurs, and that we've never had any kind of consistency, that we can really, really rely on. So it's just so disappointing, that we invest so much in that from ourselves into this game, into this club. We invest our emotions so much, that when it goes against you, you just think to yourself, I can't, I can't understand how that happens, but it does. This is football. This is Tottenham, and this is why, and I've said it before. Any team, generally speaking, can beat any team on any given day. So you just don't know what you're gonna get until it happens. I thought that Arsenal would win today. If I'm being honest, I thought that they would win today. I thought that Southampton's heads are going to be down. They're going to feel really, dejected, and that might affect them. But for them to bounce back and get a 1-0 against them is, it's a great result. It's a better result than the fact that Brighton beat Arsenal, to a certain extent, because I just didn't see that. I just didn't see that happening. But it is what it is. So it's still wide open. We're no worse off than we were. We still have the opportunity still in our hands to a certain extent. We've still got the same sort of teams left to play that we had. But it just shows you cannot take anything for granted. You have to fight for every single point. And I just hope and I just pray that Conte sees that and gets that through their heads of these players, because they need to understand no one is just going to give this to you. You need to go out there, you need to get it. And for me to spend 12 hours of my day to go up there and see you not bother, ain't on. But anyway, it's my club, it's in my heart, it's always going to be in my heart. So roll on the next game, we keep the faith and we keep on believing. Up the Spurs.